Right, we're back in wonderful office of the toilet for this video. Now, a little bit different to usual, purely down to the fact of I put a post on my story a couple of weeks ago, which was a memory of 2 years ago, 2023, and it was basically a picture of me starting my new job as an engineer in the work trousers, a fleece, for the family business, which is very different to where I am now in Marbella, working remotely and pretty much every day doing as I wish, doing as I please, which is a blessing and a curse, but it's a lot of different to where I was 2 years ago. So I thought I'd make a YouTube video just going over it in a little bit more detail, because I've had people sort of ask a little bit more questions about it in terms of what I do. It's not like a Forex trading course, whatever, it's, it is legit. So obviously I wanted to go through that in a little bit more detail. But if we look back, so for myself, it started before 2023. It was back in 2020 when lockdown occurred. Blessing and a curse. It was a blessing in disguise for myself, mainly because it forced me to act into basically creating my training page, which is the Instagram page that I now use. And that was mainly because obviously gyms had closed. I'd managed to buy some equipment and pretty much just started training in my garden. The weather was really nice. I was living at home, so I'd get parents to film me, or my sister, or my ex-girlfriend at the time. And I basically just filmed my workouts, created a page and just started posting on there, just as mainly something to do. Now, I was working at David Lloyd at the time, and I was on furlough, which was brilliant. So I had no real pressure to have to try and earn money or anything like that. So it was just more a case of just posting for the sake of it. Now, I started that in May 2020, and fast forward until March 2021, I was able to, off the back of social media posting, was able to leave my job on the gym floor at David Lloyd and go full-time, one-to-one personal training. So that was a case of being consistent on social media, posting value, posting my own training, giving ideas for home workouts to do. I was also training people in the park at their home, so I was just filming that. I was just posting fairly consistently, and most importantly, I started to really not give about what other people are thinking, which I think it holds a lot of people back. They're worried that so-and-so might think this, or it might affect my work here, which has happened to me in terms of posting on social media, having an effect on the workplace. But you've just got to have the blinkers on of such and not care. So as I said, 2021, I went self-employed, had a van, was going around people's houses, training in person, and then also at a gym local to me where I would PT people as well. So I had people's homes and in a gym, so sort of a mix of both. Now, I was obviously aware of online coaching, but not really understanding the logistics of it. I just thought it was a PDF guide, Google Sheets, off you go. However, there's a little bit more to it, and at the time I was very much all focused on the one-to-one stuff. So I still posted social media, but it was more value posts, a little bit of my own training, my own journey, and that was pretty much it. There's no real thought or schedule behind it. So that was what I was doing. Mainly, I did that from 2021 till 2022, July, so just over about 15 months. I then moved to a personal training facility in Nottingham, which at the time a lot of people were thinking, why are you doing that? You're self-employed, living the life. But for me, I just got to a point where training people at their home wasn't as inspiring or fulfilling as much as I wanted it to be. It was great, obviously, being my own boss and having my own van and everything else, but I wasn't getting the fulfillment out of it. So this gym I went to, M10 in Nottingham, I knew was, the best way to describe it was like the Manchester United of gyms, in terms of the staff there, the facility, the reputation for getting elite level results. And I knew that surrounding myself around other people who were further ahead of me in the game was only going to benefit me. So I took the plunge and moved there. I was still, with the online stuff, I probably had around these probably fluctuated between 5 and 10 clients at max. I was charging like £100 a month. So it was very much not at the forefront. I was very much in-person PT and document the journey. I enjoyed documenting on on social media, especially Instagram. Just easy posts, my own training. I followed a lot of people that did similar, so I sort of naturally did it myself. Now in Nottingham, I left the gym in 2023 in February, as I began using social media probably a little bit more at this point, just because I was away from home, just documenting things more. I was in an environment that inspired me and made me want to, talk about certain topics or, show different bits in my training. So this was the point where I started to think, okay, the online world is probably the next step, because the personal training at this gym, as much as I love the environment, I was starting to not enjoy the one-to-one in person, being at a gym, 6 a.m, etc. I obviously enjoyed the working with people and the clients, and obviously that's something I still do, but I was thinking, right, I want the freedom to be able to live from wherever and travel from wherever. So long story short, I left the gym February 2023, and I decided to move back home. I did apply to join the fire service, but I got rejected because I failed the test whilst taking it on the toilet. So failed to prepare to fail. So instead I joined the family business, which was 2 years ago, which takes me back to the memory that came through on my phone. Now at this point, I probably had around about 5 online clients, 5, 6 maybe, online clients. The job was 8:30 till 4:30 in the day, and then 2 nights per week from about 5 or 6 till maybe 9, 9:30, I'd be going out canvassing, so doing door-to-door sales. So going around pubs, social clubs, and trying to offer them a gaming machine, pool table, etc. So that was pretty much what I was doing, and that did that for 6 months, pretty much, which was good. I mean, looking back, it was not what I thought I'd be doing or imagined myself doing. However, it helped me learn a lot of skills and keep the family happy. So, but it did open my eyes to, okay, this is not what I want long term. I was still very much in love with training. Seeing my own body change. I was doing a photo shoot at the time, documenting all of that, and of course that gets conversations going. So my eyes were opened. It was just waiting for that right time. Now in June of 2023, I came out here to Marbella on my own to a call, like a weekend mastermind of such, where it was all things business, fitness, personal branding, guest speakers, other people on your table that were doing extremely well, and obviously it was in Marbella, so I thought, okay, pop along, which I did. And after listening to the guest, it's not so much the guest speakers that don't get me wrong, they're there to inspire you, but it's more so the people that you meet on there who are more not relatable, but they're closer to where you want to get, as opposed to people that were speaking that are years ahead and doing phenomenal. So I was after a few conversations there, and I thought I should really be able to do this personally, because I knew I had the knowledge from working at M10 and just generally investing in education and other courses throughout the years. My interest in business has always been quite high, growing up in a family business and whatnot. So it was a case of just taking the plunge, biting the bullet. So came back from there, kept documenting my training, did my photo shoot. Off the back of that, gained a few clients. So August 2023, I decided to go full-time online. Saved a bit of money as well. And looking back, this was something I dreamed of, wanted to happen, and it was going to be. I thought this was it. This was the case of, I've made it, but it definitely wasn't the case, because it wasn't until probably February 2024 where the years of work, months of work, was starting to sort of come into fruition, because it was February 2024, my first month of 20 online clients, which to me was always the goal. I remember in June telling people, I just want 20 online clients, because that way I knew I could earn an income that would allow me to live the life that I wanted to live, in terms of being able to travel, being able to go to the gym when I wanted to, being able to obviously help people across the world. And it had been a goal of mine for absolute years. And this was a big achievement, but like with anything, when you get there, you then want to move on to the next. But for me, it was never about trying to earn as much money as possible, because if that was the case, I'd probably have gone down a corporate route, and work 12-hour days, look to work down in a city and not go this path. However, I always wanted to be able to work from wherever, whenever, and this provided me with that. So if I wanted to go to Spain for a week, go and see my dad, my brother and sister, then I could do that. If I wanted to go Cornwall for a weekend with my mum and stepdad and sister, then I could do that. okay? And that to me was worth far more than the monetary value. So one thing you have to think about, so many people start fitness pages or any pages, and after a few months they'll lose the momentum. You know, it'll be a few months, they've not seen any monetary gain and not post anymore. You've got to be consistent with it, you know, especially if you really want to do it. You've got to go all in, you know, and if you want it to be your career, be able to earn money from doing so, you've got to be consistent, you've got to be showing up every day, you've got to be authoritative, you've got to provide value, talk to people that follow you, engage with people. It's fairly simple. So what I've done here is, if I was to start from scratch, what would I do? So let's say I was having to start my account from scratch again, or this account got deleted, my Instagram account got deleted, which touch wood it doesn't. What would I look to do in order to get client base back up or earn more income? Would be, you know, along these lines. Now, it doesn't have to just be like online coaching. That's my example because it's what I do. However, you know, it could be you want to start a page to fashion. It might be financial advice. It might be recruitment related. It might be you just want to get brand deals. You know, whatever it might be. Everyone's obviously goal is different, but you want to obviously have a clear idea as to who you're talking to and what your offer is. Now, I would be starting off 5 posts per week. You can do this all, probably schedule this all on a Sunday or in a morning. You know, I plan all my content, write everything, and that is at the moment 11 posts a week on Instagram, 4 on LinkedIn, 4 emails, 1 YouTube. I do all of that on a Monday morning. It takes me about 2 to 3 hours. You know, and everyone has a bit of time in the morning, or you could do it on a Sunday if you don't value doing it on a Monday morning. But I would be doing 3 reels. For me, it'd be like a training reel, an education reel, maybe some form of lifestyle. At the moment, that seems to be doing quite well. So, you know, whether that be what you get up to the weekend, going out for meals, going out like a weekend, whatever it might be. I'd be doing 2 posts as well, like carousels with value, get people reading it. And then another post would be like a weekly dump. Again, seems to be doing quite well at the moment. So 5 posts, nice and simple. Doesn't take long to do. You know, you can edit it on your phone, use CapCut. You can use obviously Instagram editor as well. On stories, I'll be showing like behind the scenes, so documenting what you get up to day-to-day basis. Use your stories to practice maybe talking if you're someone that's quite shy. I didn't talk on stories or Instagram posts for the first 2-3 years, which is mad, because that's how people are going to build that know, like, and trust. So remember, your stories disappear after 24 hours. So it don't have to be perfect. Just get used to, you know, showing behind the scenes, talking about your day, giving some value, whatever it might be that is specific for your niche. Long form content as well. I'll be doing things like YouTube. Obviously at the moment I've been doing this, although my camera is broken, hence these presentation videos. But again, I'm still trying to provide value, a little bit longer form as well, and it just allows you to put your personality across a little bit more, allows your audience to get to know you on a deeper level, which is obviously great for building that trust as well. So some form of long form, it could be 1 YouTube video a month, and then you can build from there. Get a DJI, get a GoPro, go about your day, go about your week, go about a specific event you're doing. Happy days. Now, other things I'll be doing, creating conversations, you know, not salesy. I used to follow a script and copy and paste messages to people, which was horrendous. Now it's just a case of just generally interacting and having, you know, wanting to build relationships with people that follow you, asking them questions, seeing what they're up to, you know, what brought them to the page, how they're getting on with their training, giving them some free value, giving them lead magnets or guides, that sort of thing, just generally being a helpful person, because that is definitely going to build trust, because you've got to think there's probably lots of other people DMing them, asking them to jump on a call or to sign their program. The other thing I'd be doing is tracking posts. I don't know why I've done them these either way, but I would be seeing, so I've got spreadsheets. I've been doing this since about November, we're now in March. So writing out the name of the post, what form of post it was it a reel, carousel, or normal post, and then seeing the engagement. So I just go off which have got the most best engagement. So that would be down to views and accounts reached. I'm not too bothered on views or likes, but it's just a metric to track. But then I'll also track like shares, saves, and has anyone come to me asking me directly a question on that post? So has it got people genuinely quite curious? Because that's going to obviously allow you to know which posts are better than others, and obviously over time and trial and error, you'll understand which ones do well. Double down on the ones that have done quite well, so that tend to, get better engagement, more views, or more conversations started, should I say. And then the ones that don't do so well, maybe look to recreate them in a slightly different manner, just to obviously allow that to be the case. So in terms of what you can look to do to take away from this and actually action things, now, like I said, I've used fitness as an example, but you can do this obviously with other industries. A lot of people talk a good game, they'll start say, oh yeah, I'm going to action this, I'm going to post about that. I know lots of people that do that, but the thing is they never actually post, oh yeah, I'm going to post this. They don't do it. Okay, there's obviously a mindset shift that needs to be changed, hence why I'd definitely recommend The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck to read. It's a brilliant book, and a book that I read and just made me not give a fuck. And also, you want to be known, you want to be posting, you want people to know what you're doing, because later on down the line, if you have an offer or whatnot, then people will know and people will buy. So the best time to start now, which is very cliche, because if you're not, you're just delaying the inevitable, and that was going to continue keeping you in the place that you're in now. So if you don't start your page, start posting, learn a new skill that you want to talk about, whatever, if you don't do that, you're just going to be in the same position as you are now, watching people's lives that you maybe aspired to live like, and not actually living it yourself. That's a bit of a, let's think about that one. So you never know, because in 3, 6, even 12 months time, a lot can change. You could be in a completely different position, living a life how you want to live it, as opposed to how you're supposed to live it, or you should be living it according to what you've been told. So you always regret the things you never did. So what's the worst that can happen? The worst happens is you try it, for whatever reason it doesn't work. Oh well, life goes on. We're all going to die, so why worry about it? So there we go. A few takeaways from this. A little bit of a different video, I know, but it was something that people had asked about, so I thought put something together. So a few takeaways to run through would be consistent with it. Use day or afternoons, plan all your week's content. Nice, simple. Don't use time as an excuse. Mix your posts of reels, carousels, and lifestyle posts. See which ones do well. Understand who you're talking to. So what's your niche? What are you trying to help? What obstacles may people watching your stuff may have, and obviously what's the solution to that? Use your stories as a way of showing behind the scenes. Practice your speaking on social media. Create conversations meaningful. Don't be too salesy. Follow people, engage with them, give them free advice. Get people interacting on stories, on your polls, questions, that sort of thing, and become the go-to guy in your certain niche. So provide plenty of value, education, be authoritative, but don't just be posting education, value. It's a bit boring. Put your lifestyle on there. Put your own spin on things, because people buy from people. So remember, you are your niche. You are the niche, because no one's going to be like you. And as I said earlier, read the book, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, because it's a game changer. And hopefully if you read that and take away these points, you can implement and action what you need to action to get to where you want to get to. So hopefully that video has helped. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.